I believe that after life, time is the most precious gift that all of us can have. And wasting time, it's like wasting the most precious commodity that you have. And it is because of time wasted that we end up being disappointed with ourselves for not reaching our goals, especially when you know that you had the opportunity to work on your goals and achieve them just like everybody else, but you fail to do it because of a whole lot of time wasters, right? But today I want to talk to you about the silliest time waster of all. I am Pulaa Montz, your inner voice magnified. So, have you ever found yourself wasting time talking about wasted time? How many of us have had 2-hour conversations? Some of us, we even go on lunch date and talk about how, during the weekend, I was planning to go to the shops because I needed food. I decided that I'm going to start eating healthy. But now somebody popped in and we just went out and it was just a ball with the girls. And Sunday we were out, we were tired because we were drinking the whole night. So now I have to go another week without food because I don't have time during the week to go buy food. So I'll just have to eat whatever. I'll start my diet next week. Then you call a friend, you talk to them about how so-and-so wasted your time over the weekend when you were supposed to have gone to the shops to do your groceries because you had planned to start your diet. So you go on and on this conversation, a 2-hour conversation, talking about wasted time, not realizing that at that moment that you are discussing the wasted time from the weekend, you are actually wasting more time talking about wasted time. So I believe the silliest time waster of all times is sitting and talking about wasted time. I mean, how often have you sat down talking about a guy who wasted 8 years of your life because you were in a relationship with him, or a woman who wasted 10 years of your life because you were in a relationship with her only to find out she's got another person on the side and now she's pregnant for that guy? Or you say, you know what, he wasted 7 years of my time and now after 6 months of breaking up with me, he goes and marries somebody else. And month after month, you go on talking about how much this guy wasted your time. That you keep wasting the time that you're supposed to be working through the emotions, dealing with the emotional baggage that the relationship left you with, right? Dealing with yourself, trying to heal. So instead of taking that time to heal yourself, you're busy wasting more time talking about wasted time. I mean, I've heard so many people saying, when I was younger, I had dreamt of doing something. I wanted to become this, but then things happened. Maybe I got pregnant and I was told at home that I need to go work. And so now I feel like I wish I was younger because I could have studied. This is what I wanted to do with my life. But at the time that you're talking year after year, you're talking about the disappointment of not studying. Has it ever occurred to you that the university will still take you? You can still register right now with the university and start studying. How many years have you wasted talking about the fact that back then you were supposed to have gone to tertiary, but things happened at home, for example, and you couldn't go to tertiary, but now you're an adult, you can't go back to school. How many years have you told that story? How many years have you felt that regret? You have wasted time talking about wasted time. Isn't it time that you start using the time that you're talking to find out the requirements of tertiary institutions, for example, in order for you to enroll next year? You know, you can give all sorts of reasons. If it is what you want, you will make it happen. You know, I've heard somebody saying, when you want something bad enough, you will find a reason. When you don't want it, you will find an excuse. What are you doing with the time that you have right now? Are you sitting down wasting time talking about wasted time? I mean, you have been talking about this friend who betrayed you for years. The friends that you have now feel like they are not good enough. You know, it feels like to them, you still want that relationship, that friendship that you lost, because the kind of friendship that they are offering you right now, it's not good enough. It doesn't close the big gap that your best friend left when she betrayed you and you guys separated. I mean, you've been having friends who've been there for you for a decade already, but you're still talking about that friend who disappointed you. So now you still haven't worked through the trust issues that you have. You still look at the friends that you have right now with the eye of doubt, like they will betray you as well. Not realizing the quality, the good quality that you have in the friends that you have right now. You are focusing your mind on the past, wasting time talking about wasted time. You are wasting good friendships talking about past friendships. Isn't it time you start dealing with the trust issues that you have so that you can be a better friend to the friends that you have right now, so that you can start appreciating the quality of friends that you have right now? What are you doing wasting time talking about the past? Talking about wasted time is the silliest and most common time waster that we are all guilty of. You know, the day I realized that actually sitting and talking about the things that have passed or the time that has passed is actually a waste of time, I started realizing that actually I can use that time to better myself. I can use that time to improve my situation. If I brought on baggage to the present moment because of what happened in the past, it is not fruitful for me to sit and still talk about it 5 years, 2 months, or a week, even a week after it has happened. The most fruitful thing that I can do for myself is to sit down and think, then how do I work on myself? How do I work on this disappointment if I felt disappointed? If I was betrayed, how do I teach myself to realize that it was just one person? I shouldn't spread the lack of trust on other relationships. How do I make sure that I protect my trust on other relationships that I have, so that I don't bring a baggage of one relationship into all of the relationships that I have? I found that I started working on myself. I started improving. And you know, I don't take time to deal with things these days, because immediately when I realize I'm wasting time, thinking about wasted time as well. You know, sometimes you don't even talk to anybody. You sit in the house or you sit by yourself and you think about wasted time. I mean, instead of thinking about your future, instead of thinking about how you're going to make sure that, you know, your goals are reached, instead of thinking about how you're going to grow yourself emotionally to make sure that, you know, you don't take things personally, you don't get easily offended. Sometimes maybe you are just easily offended. Taking offense is actually one of the big problems in terms of relationships, because the little thing that somebody says can send you up the roof, and you can put so much meaning to this thing that it destroys everything that you had. And it all boils down to the fact that you sat down and you started thinking about the disappointment that happened yesterday. The whole day today you're going to waste thinking about what that person did. And it will filter down into everything that you do, because what is constantly in your mind eventually becomes your reality, because you end up talking about it. I believe that words create. And if you want to see a different you, if you want to have good relationships, if you want to have a good career, if you want to find yourself succeeding, achieving the goals that you're setting for yourself, it's about time you start thinking positively, thinking towards the future, forgetting the past. But if in the past there are things that you need to deal with, then bring solutions to the present moment. Don't tag along and drag problems and challenges and fights that happened yesterday into today, or that happened 10 years ago into your life today. It is just not worth it. You are wasting your most precious commodity. The tea that you're going to have with your friend, to talk about how disappointed you are about the other friend, or to talk about how dare he dumps you and marries somebody else after 8 years. How long are you going to have that conversation? Isn't it about time you go to your girlfriends and you enjoy each other's company, and you remind yourselves of each other's dreams, and you encourage each other to do more? Forget him. He's gone. He's married. He doesn't want you anymore. And I'm sure you don't want him after the way he's treated you. So why are you letting him still waste more of your time? Right? If he was to say, you know what, I'm divorcing, I realized that I made a mistake, you would probably not take that guy back after the way he's treated you. So why are you letting him still dictate the kind of conversations that you're having? You're wasting data, you're wasting airtime, you're wasting time. Even your friends' time you're wasting, because you're bringing them to listen to the same old story of you feeling bad about yourself, right? It is about time we start realizing that time is the most precious commodity that we have, and it is not guaranteed. So the best thing to do with time is to do the things that make us happy, is to start thinking, taking time to think about what we want to see in our lives, because our thoughts become our words become our reality. I am Pulaa Montz, your inner peace and purpose coach.